CARE certificate sets the bar by ensuring that every non-regulated caregiver has the skills and knowledge that is needed to provide care. The program is based on a set of 15 standards that will become the benchmark for entry to the health and care sector. Today, we launched the first cohort of 20 dedicated caregivers from both the hospital and community care sectors, whose commitment to this program is commendable. We are fortunate to have 10 facilitators from a diverse cross-section of our community, bringing a wealth of knowledge and experience to the table. This collaboration will enrich our training and ultimately benefit those we serve. The CARE certificate program not only prioritizes professional development, but also nurtures a culture of empathy and respect among caregivers. This initiative represents a significant step forward in our commitment to enhancing the quality of care provided to our residents. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to everyone who has contributed to the development of this program, especially Ms. Lara Contas, Workforce Development Lead. Your unwavering dedication to enhancing the lives of others is truly commendable. Together, we are shaping a brighter future for care in the BVI. I welcome you warmly to this event and thank you for joining us today. Let us now stand for the national anthem and territorial song. I now invite His Excellency the Governor, Mr. Daniel Proust, to give us opening remarks.
Thank you very much indeed for that introduction. And of course, I acknowledge the protocol that you've already established. So good morning, everybody. It's a great pleasure to see you all here this morning. I think I actually get the easiest job of the day in that I have the duty of welcoming you to Government House, and in particular to the reception hall. And I'm absolutely delighted that we've been able to support the training activity that you'll be undergoing in the context of the BVI Care Certificate Programme. It's a great pleasure to welcome many friends and colleagues here today. I'm particularly pleased to see Lara Contos, who's come from the UK's Health Security Agency to help deliver the training. And of course, first and foremost, the big message from me is thank you. Thank you to all of you for the work that you do in this really, really important sector. The care that you provide makes such an enormous difference to the people who receive it, and in many cases can be life-changing for them. So from the bottom of my heart, sincere vote of appreciation to all of you. Thank you also for being here for this training, which I think demonstrates your commitment to achieving the highest standards in the roles that you are occupying. And as you'll hear, I know, in the subsequent training sessions, will ensure that the provision is one which is characterized by compassion, one that's characterized by the highest quality, and one which delivers excellence in care across the board. This is such a critically important sector, and I know that you are working in a variety of different settings, but it's also, in addition to the care that you're providing in your current roles, it's also a sector which can be a gateway into longer-term careers within the clinical context. And that also, I think, underlines the importance of the training provision that you will all undergo through this course. I've been governor for a year, just coming up to a year, celebrate my first anniversary at the end of this month. I've had, not directly with the caregiving sector, but particularly with the nursing sector, I've had some sort of unexpected depth of experience, and that I dislocated my shoulder in April of last year. And that led to me spending more time than I'd anticipated at Peebles Hospital, both for treatment and for the aftercare. But my experience was an extremely positive one, in that the compassion that was extended to me, as well as the professionalism in Peebles Hospital, Orlando Smith Hospital, but also all those that were associated with my recovery program, was second to none. So looking at the caregiving sector in the broadest sense, you are part of a group of professionals who are already delivering to a high and professional standard. And I'm confident the experience of the care certificate program will only build that still further. I should say my favorite nurses were the nurses who provided me with lots of pethidine as I was going through my treatment, which maybe that's not the right thing to say, Lara, my apologies. But I was always much happier after some pethidine had been administered than before. So listen, I will not delay you any longer from getting into the detail of the training. Thank you all again for everything that you already do. And I'm confident that as a result of the experience of the coming training period, you will have access to experiences, expertise, and guidance for the future, which will build on this continuing journey of excellence, compassion, and high quality care. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Governor Bruce, for those kind words and for being here with us today and for allowing your team to so warmly host us in this place. We'll now invite the Honorable Minister for Health and Social Development, Honorable Vincent Wheatley, to bring us remarks.
Morning all. Notice you didn't say brief remarks, so I don't have to be brief. I too want to accept the protocol that has been established and welcome all of you here today. I see we have Virgin in the house. I see we have some males in the house. Jaspanek? Anybody Jaspanek? Or Enegada? That's it? No, I think this is very important when we do these programs that we be as inclusive as we can. So distinguished guests, healthcare professionals, trainees, and valued members of our community, again, welcome and good morning. I am both pleased and honored to stand before you today as we launch the BVI Care Certificate Program. This initiative represents our commitment to enhancing the quality of care in the Virgin Islands. This marks a significant step forward in our efforts to strengthen the foundation of compassionate and skilled caregiving within our territory. Caregiving is one of the most honorable professions. While it requires technical skills, a steadfast dedication to empathy, patience, and service is also essential. Our caregivers are often the heart of our healthcare system, offering comfort and support during life's most critical moments. And I see your work firsthand. Recognizing this, the BVI Care Certificate Program has been designed to set a gold standard for caregiving in our territory. The Care Certificate, as some of you may know, is an identified set of standards defining the knowledge, skills, and behaviors expected of healthcare professionals in their daily work. It was originally developed jointly by Skills for Care, Health Education England, and Skills for Health, and further thoughtfully adapted by the UK Health Security Agency's UK Overseas Territories Public Health Strengthening Program to meet the unique needs of the UK Overseas Territory. More importantly, this program lays the foundation for making the care certificate the baseline requirement for non-regulated persons entering health and care services throughout the territory. I am especially pleased that the first cohort includes 10 dedicated individuals from the BVI Health Services Authority and another 10 from the Social Development Department, each one stepping forward to enhance their skills to serve our community with excellence. We are honored to have Lara Contos, Workforce Development Lead of the UK Health Security Agency, here to officially launch this program alongside Sister Foster, the nurse educator from Montserrat, who has been instrumental in implementing a care certificate in her jurisdiction. We are happy to have the governor, that he had to leave here today, demonstrating his support and commitment to this initiative. To the candidates embarking on this journey, I encourage you to embrace this opportunity with determination, enthusiasm, and vigor. Over the next 16 weeks, you're not only investing in your professional growth, but also contributing to a brighter, healthier future for the territory. Finally, I wish to thank everyone who played a part in bringing this initiative to life. From the local experts to our international partners, your hard work and vision are paving the way for excellence in care. Today, as we launch this initiative, we're not only investing in the professional development of our caregivers, but also reaffirming our commitment to upholding the dignity and well-being of every individual entrusted to us. Together, we are building a healthcare system where compassion, professionalism, and humanity remain at the core of everything we do. Thank you all for participating, and I look forward to witnessing the positive impact of the program on our community. Like I said earlier, I see firsthand what you go through on a daily basis, and I must commend all of you. You deal with the sick, the injured, the dying, the lonely, the grieved, and when they're at their lowest, we are asking you to be at your highest. When they're at their worst, you have to be at your best. And for that, I commend all of you for choosing this noble profession of healthcare. There's a reason why it's called healthcare. So we want to make sure we put the care back into healthcare as best as we could. Thank you all.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. I thank you for your support for this program, and I will also thank you in advance for your support when we do write the policy paper to make this the benchmark for the entry into care and health services in the British Virgin Islands. Our next speaker will be Dr. June Samuel, Acting CEO of the BVI Health Services Authority, and she will tell us what this means to the BVI Health Services Authority and anything else she wants to tell us this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I acknowledge the protocol already established, and I did say to Nurse Hannibal, I will be brief. So I'm not sure what she's speaking about there. I'm really honored to be afforded the opportunity today to give remarks on this very important occasion. We have been having this discussion and eagerly anticipating this program coming to the territory, I think, what, 2 years? 2 years. 2 years ago, we started this conversation with Lara. So we are excited about it. The program will provide, as you've heard, the necessary standardized knowledge base in training for what I consider to be some of our more important workers in healthcare. Now, you know, when we think of healthcare, we often think doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and all of these other persons. But we have a group of healthcare workers that you represent that work very closely with the patient. You're in direct contact with those seeking services. And sometimes you're the only contact, especially for some of the community health aides or the home care workers. And your role in providing care, keeping those persons at home as well as they can be, contributing to their quality of life is so important. But we want to know that everyone who's working in these areas have the same standardized basic knowledge coming into the field. So this opportunity will give you, will provide for you the knowledge and the skill and enhance that skill in a way that is formal, right? So it will be tested and tried, and you have to demonstrate what you've learned. And of course, this will lead to improved standards of care across the board. This initiative also aligns with the accreditation standards of the BVI Health Services Authority that we are held to, and it definitely contributes to the elevated standards throughout health services in the authority. So we will be adding this to our orientation program. So all persons who are coming in, once you're not required to be licensed by a body, you will then have to do this program as a part of your orientation. I want to say thank you to Lara for your continued engagement with us. You know, we went off track a little bit, but we came back, and now we're here today. And we look forward as well to any future collaborations in other programs in this area. I appreciate your dedication and commitment to us. To the participants, I want to encourage you to take full advantage of this program. You're going to be mentored by the experts, the subject matter experts in all of the topics. So you will have the opportunity to ask questions and learn from them. So I want to encourage you to take full advantage of that and know that we are here to support you in every way that we can. And I look forward to your graduation in 16 weeks. 16 weeks' time, we'll come back for the graduation, and I hope to see all 10 candidates successfully going through the program. So thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to this.
Thank you very much, Dr. Samuel. And 20 candidates, 10 from HSA and 20 from community care sector. You don't feel left out, okay? You're looking very nice in your nice and pink today. Don't feel left out. You're going to be there numbered among the number going through the door. I'll now ask Ms. Laura Contos, the Workforce Development Lead for the UK Health Security Agency, to give us a brief outline of the program going forward.
Good morning, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your very busy days to join us for the launch of the BVI Care Certificate. And thank you so much for having me on your lovely island to help support the launch of this training. My name is Laura Contos. I'm the Workforce Development Lead in the UK Overseas Territories Public Health Strengthening Program and the UK Health Security Agency, which is quite a mouthful. I think that's why we normally use acronyms. But my team works really closely with Dr. George's, so you might have been involved in other projects or heard of the other work we've done around improving nutrition in schools, health in prisons, and strengthening laboratory capacity. But for this project, we worked really closely with Nurse Hannibal to ensure that it was adapted and fit for purpose for the BVI. So as mentioned, it's a set of nationally recognized standards originally developed by Health Education England for the healthcare and social care support workforce. It's designed for the non-regulated workforce, so those individuals who play a crucial role in assisting healthcare professionals and providing care to patients. And we know in the Caribbean this often means taking on a broad range of responsibilities and stepping in to help on tasks due to the small workforce. It has 15 standards and it's designed to be holistic, so you have to both demonstrate you have the knowledge and can demonstrate the practical skills. It's been tailored, so again, we work closely with Nurse Hannibal and the team here in the BVI to make sure that it's context specific to things that you might encounter. And the overall goal is for anyone who's coming into health and social care to undergo this training so that we know that across the board, everyone has the same knowledge, skills, and behaviors to provide high quality, safe, and compassionate care in their workplace settings. So as mentioned, it has 15 standards, which you can see listed there on the screen. I won't dive into details because we'll go into that further in the trainings, but it's based off the 6 C's of care. And these are the standards that have been chosen to ensure that the workforce has the consistency and competency to ensure that high quality care is being delivered. So as mentioned, over a 16-week period, you will work through the booklets and you will attend specialized sessions. With the facilitators and the experts who have been chosen, you'll be able to demonstrate skills and knowledge in your everyday workplace setting, but also in one-to-one scenarios and role-play scenarios as well. The competencies will be signed off by assessors, so these are individuals who have been chosen by Nurse Hannibal to help support the training. And once you complete all 15 standards, you will receive a certificate and a pen, which was designed by, I believe, Nurse Hannibal, and you can wear it on your uniform to signify that you have completed the training. So again, we've seen a broad range of benefits from providing this standardized training. First, it will drive interest in the field of health and social care, so hopefully encouraging more individuals to come in, and then also possibly pursuing nursing or other roles as well. It develops leadership and development skills for the assessors and those facilitators and individuals who support the participants as mentors. Additionally, it increases the confidence and skills of the support workforce. This not only increases professionalism, but it boosts morale, leads to better job satisfaction, and hopefully less turnover. And lastly, it improves the quality of care. So by providing consistent training, we can be confident that no matter where your workplace setting, the same skills and knowledge and behaviors are being provided, and that we can be confident that the care that patients and clients are receiving in the BVI is of high standards. So Montserrat has had their first cohort complete the care certificate. They've also had their second cohort start their training last week. But before I hand over to Sister Foster, I'm just going to play a quick clip from a really great video that they put together that kind of explains what the care certificate is and lets you hear the voices from some of the participants.
I am Naomi Joseph Foster, Sister Tutor within the Ministry of Health and Social Services. It is with pleasure that I give an overview of the CARE certificate course as the coordinator. Montserrat made history as the first overseas territory to offer this 6-month course for caregivers. These 15 standards gave the participants a clearer understanding of their role as caregivers, the labor code, the code of conduct that guides and governs their engagement in the service, the in-depth review of the duty of care and the importance of confidentiality was indeed a new revelation for them. Each standard gave the participants the opportunity to explore the topics in detail and to apply the information to their daily duties. The basic life support and the infection prevention and control sessions were very interactive and gave them the opportunity to demonstrate the skills learned. Overall, it was a learning experience for me as well, and I had the privilege of interacting closely with the participants and understanding the challenges they face on a daily basis. I am looking forward to continue to work with those who will serve as assessors, as well as the others who will provide support to the second group who will be commencing the course later this year. I want to take the opportunity to thank the UK HSA team, CMO, PS, and Nurse Daily for their unwavering support. Much appreciated. Congratulations to my 18 young ladies. You did very well.
My name is Sophia Powell. Jeunesse Debreyes.
Octavia Crandon.
Judith White.
Lisa Seraphine.
Doreen Lake.
How I felt about the CARE certificate. I had a feeling of fulfillment, especially during and after the test, knowing that I would remember almost all the questions that I would have expected.
It has opened up a world of new insight possibilities for me. The handbooks were very helpful and also the activities.
About code conduct, labor law, and safety.
Very challenging at first.
Has a bit of a reading, but we all got through it pretty well.
I found it very informative and I learned a lot of new information.
Since gaining this opportunity, I have a newfound confidence in handling information.
Pay more closer attention to just little details like prevention of infection and control, the little things we probably would have taken for granted.
I now have a better understanding and can share with my colleagues as to the right process and procedures when dealing with individuals.
Another example could be you're trying to help that person to get up on the bed, and that person or that elderly patient may not be able to help themselves.
to safeguard and to ensure that all the persons I care for live a healthier and longer life.
Pleasant good morning to everyone. And I'm giving you greetings from Montserrat. It's a privilege to be here to share our experiences as it relates to the care certificate. We started in 2023, late 2023. It was a rough start because it was new for me, new for the participants. And the challenging part for them, they are the frontline workers. They are the ones who deal with the elderly mainly and other clients. And they were kind of apprehensive because they consider themselves not so bright and won't make it. So I had to do a lot of work encouraging them. I said, we started together, we all in this boat together and we're gonna make it. So throughout the period, I had to encourage them a lot. And because it is self-taught, some people were ahead and some were behind. So I worked with them. Those who were ahead, they assisted the, what we would call the slow ones. So it was at the end, really good because we did not see it as a competition or who's the brightest or who's the fastest. It was we in the open sea on this thing and we were all gonna make it to shore. So for those of you who are gonna be the participants, don't feel that you can't make it, you're gonna make it. You must make it. You're gonna read, what you don't understand, you ask. It's only when you don't ask questions, you're gonna remain in the dark. You ask questions and see your assessors not as teachers ready to whip you, but as supporters. If you don't want to ask a question when you all meet in a big group, find your assessor. Ask her a question or him a question by yourself so you don't feel, oh, there's going to be that's the question she's asking, that is straightforward. Because what is straightforward for me is not straightforward for you, vice versa. So be confident. Do what you're doing. It is for your improvement. For us in Montserrat, the care certificate, that's a 3 months course with the University Open Campus. That is the entrance requirement. But we have made the care certificate a level 2. So once they come in with the care certificate course, then with the care of the elderly course, then they build on that. So see it as an improvement in your delivery of care. You are very important persons in the healthcare system, because I can tell you, as a nurse, it is not easy dealing with the elderly. It is not very easy. And some of the relatives who will fuss with us, they don't have the patience. They're not going to do it. So we are privileged. So we have to do it well, and we have to impress those who cannot do it, so they can eventually learn from us that they too can make it. So I wish you all the best. Keep focused in any way that I can assist. Yes. And to the assessors, be patient. Everybody not going to be at the same pace. You have to literally call, keep them warm until they understand the importance of it and how they can apply it to their daily delivery of care. So to both sides, all the best. And any way that I can assist, because right now what I did with the first group, I identified 9 persons who I trained last week as assessors. So they having the experience, now going to assist the others. So all the best.
Thank you, Sister Foster and Lara Contos, for those wonderful words, especially Sister, well, I did like your presentation as well, Lara, but especially Sister Foster, because going into this is a new thing, and I'm sure persons are apprehensive about what it's all about. So I'm hopeful that her words put some of us at ease. I know that I felt a lot better, especially knowing that I can call her at any time to help me through this. So what is our way forward? And I want to acknowledge Dr. Ronald Georges, our Chief Medical Officer, who came in after the protocol was established. So what is our way forward with the care certificate program?
As we look forward, it is essential that we embrace opportunities for growth and collaboration that lie ahead. The program is not just a training initiative, it is a commitment to elevating the standards of care across the community. First and foremost, we must ensure that the participants engage fully with the coursework, utilizing the knowledge and skills gained to make a tangible difference in their respective fields. And this is where it's very important as assessors, as was mentioned earlier, that we are supportive and we help the participants along with their coursework. Regular feedback sessions will be crucial to understanding the challenges that are being faced, because it's all well and good to learn something on the paper, but when you get into the setting, sometimes you're not able to practice it the way that it was taught. So it is good for us to hear the challenges that you're going through so that we can adapt and that we can not water the standards down, but adapt them and help you to stick to the standards that are being taught. Often, like I said, there is a disconnect. So we encourage you to hold fast to what you've learned and not to regress because other persons are doing differently. You are the first cohort, and you're small in number compared to the number of caregivers that we have across the system. And sometimes even though you learn it, this person X or Y who has not learned what you've learned, sometimes they say, why you bother to do it this way? Let us do it this way that we're accustomed to now. It is your job to stick to your standards that you've learned and to help them along. Because going forward, you're the first, but you're not going to be the only one, and everybody else will need to come up to your standard. So just to help you to move with that passion and to help you to go across and to reach the bar and hold the bar that everybody will be expected to reach. This initiative is the first in our pipeline to improve and standardize the level of care in our territory. While this program standardizes the knowledge and skills needed as entry level in our health and care sector, there are other programs in the works that looks at other sectors, especially those of the regulated professionals. These include our nurse training initiatives, as well as a program of continuing education offerings from the Ministry of Health. And in terms of CEUs, we have 2 CEUs, one this evening and one tomorrow. There's a flyer at the back that has the QR codes on it. So if you just scan the QR code, it will take you directly into those sessions. One is this evening at 6 and the other is tomorrow at 6. This evening will be patient communication and tomorrow will be leadership, developing a growth mindset. Both sessions are going to be very engaging and information sharing. So I encourage everyone to either sign up or to just scan and enter those sessions. This is planned to be an annual program until all persons currently working at this level are trained. As such, other training modalities such as online and hybrid are being investigated because we have to reach persons in Jos Van Dyke, persons in Anegada, and it's not feasible for everybody to come to Tortola to do this. So this training now will be streamed on WebEx. Each session will be streamed on WebEx, so the persons in Virgin Gorda, for instance, who are part of this program, wouldn't have to come to Tortola every Monday at 2 o'clock to do this session. But they'll be able to do the theoretical part of the session in Virgin Gorda and be assessed in Virgin Gorda by their assessor. Once we have streamlined this process, the health and care sectors can adopt the program, with the ministry being the certifying authority. Dr. Samuel spoke about it, but we foresee that once someone comes to work at the HSA, if they have not had this program before, then they will have this program as a part of their orientation. Likewise, in the community sector, once a person comes to social development and wants to be a caregiver, this program will also be the benchmark for them to go through prior to doing that. Classes begin on Monday, January 27 at 2 p.m. sharp. Don't be late. We will continue every Monday except when there are public holidays. They will be held in the Social Development Conference Room and streamed on WebEx. And graduation, yes, graduation
will be the last week of May, hopefully. And on that graduation day, I expect to see everybody that's here today and possibly some others, because I don't think everybody made it today. Participants, assessors, facilitators are eligible for essential learning hours, and a certificate will be given at graduation to all. We remain committed to continuous improvement. This program should evolve based on the experiences of the participants and the changing dynamics of our healthcare landscape. Together, we can ensure that the Care Certificate program not only meets its objectives, but also fosters a culture of compassion and excellence in caregiving. Thank you for your commitment to this initiative as we move forward with purpose and determination to create a brighter future for care in these our British Virgin Islands. Thank you. I'll now invite our Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Ronald Georges, to give closing remarks.
Thank you very much, Ms. Jacinth Hannibal. And apologies for my tardiness. I had another appointment this morning. I'd like to start by thanking Laura Contos and the team from the UK HSA for having the foresight to realize that this program, which is offered in the UK, is of great relevance to the overseas territories and making it very much available to all of the overseas territories. And as you have seen in some of the presentations, they've had a very successful implementation in Montserrat. And I trust that we as well will have a very successful implementation here in the Virgin Islands. So I'd like to start by thanking Laura and the team at UK HSA for having that foresight and the drive to bring this program to our shores. Secondly, I'd like to thank Ms. Jacinth Hannibal, who, after hearing about the program, very enthusiastically and full of energy, took up the mantle, understood the vision. She understood the program, she understood the assignment, and here we are today, after at least I think a year or more of work, working with the team with the UK HSA, working with the team at the BVI Health Services Authority, to tailor the program to the very specific needs of the British Virgin Islands. I think the other group of persons I'd really like to thank, well, before that, of course, Honourable Minister of Health, Honourable Vincent Wheatley, and the whole team at the Ministry of Health for providing support for the development of this program. Before I move on, I'd also again like to specifically and specially thank the team and management at the BVI Health Services Authority for being part of this program, its development and its implementation. And as we can see, they're well represented here, showing the enthusiasm and support for the program. But finally, I'd really like to thank those participants who have chosen to be part of the very first cohort. You guys are not guinea pigs, you guys are trailblazers, okay? I expect, I wasn't here for the whole beginning of the program, but I expect that you all have a fair amount or a large amount of enthusiasm for this program. You all have chosen very noble professions. So you are helping those who are least able to help themselves. That's very noble and extremely important. Persons who have given their lives to our society and are in their twilight years, and you all are providing support for them. I would like you all to consider this program as part of sharpening your sword, right? Improving yourself. Every day you should be making a daily advancement in yourselves, and consider this program as part of that. As Ms. Hannibal has mentioned, this program we are hoping, well, I shouldn't say we are hoping, we will ensure that this program becomes the standard of care. So the information that you learn in this program will become the standard of care for delivery of care to persons in the field that you have chosen. And as Ms. Hannibal said, we will continue through the Ministry of Health to develop further certification programs, continuing education programs to ensure that all of you can continue to sharpen your sword and become better at your craft. As Ms. Hannibal also mentioned, we envision that this will be a stepping stone into further education. So there's a lot of work going on currently with the HLSCC to develop a nursing assistant program. And I'm sure the information that you would learn in this course will give you an advantage to entry into that program. We also hope in the future to develop with the college a BSN program. That's way into the future. And currently we're working on this program, other certifications, and the nursing assistant program. So again, I'd like to thank everyone for coming this morning, and wish you all the success in the future. Thank you very much.